Hi, hi, hi. Thanks for joining me. It's Catherine Gallagher here. This is CMG Talk, and it's all things mental health. So, when you have times where you meet someone and you have to introduce yourself and you want to say something that comes across not too pushy, not too confident, but where you want to come across and make a good impression. Well, that's where I am right now, because we know the first 45 seconds you want to have that kind of impression where someone goes, hey, she's got something really interesting to say, but also where you're like, oh, that's not too much. So, what is it about this podcast that I can say that would entice you to come back again? Well, a bit about me, I guess. So, my whole career over the last roughly 25 years has been all about mental health. I started nursing, then I had a life event, I guess, that was very challenging for me. I lost someone exceptionally close to me, and I felt completely numb, and I felt I needed to do something that would give me a sense of that I was alive. And an opportunity, as it does, life happens, and you'll hear me say that a lot in my podcasts. Life happens. And it shook me up, where I got a call from a dear family friend who said, we are trying to help out a time of need. And it was actually during the 1990s, the Bosnian Croatian War. And I was told, hey, you know about medical supplies and nursing, and you've got your connections here. We're trying to get some supplies across to a medical centre across in Croatia. Can you help us? And I said, leave it with me, and I went away, and I did everything through the right channels, and I ended up with another four people leading out a group, driving two ambulances across Europe. We drove, kitted out these two ambulances, packed them with supplies, had fundraising, and many people around us generously donated, and we actually drove these two ambulances across in the freezing cold, right, across Europe, took the supplies out, the medical aid, blankets, everything you can imagine, to this medical centre in Zagreb. And I saw people experiencing the worst, but I saw them giving the best. I saw real humanity and real compassion. People opening their doors, giving to everybody around them, regardless of race, creed. And it was the most amazing experience I had, but the most challenging experience at that time. And it brought me into what I'm doing now. Seeing people experiencing the worst, and I mean, I had saw a lot and experienced a lot when I nursed. I was in the receiving ward in Burns. I did intensive care work. I went out to trauma, and I still do. So I really saw a lot. I'd received air forces back from war and things, so I'd really seen a lot. But going out to a war zone and seeing that, and seeing people really experiencing having lost everything, but really seeing compassion and real adversity and humanity at the best and also at the worst. Um, and there were also was times of humour as well. There was, and I'll never forget that experience. And that was pivotal. That was a pivotal time for me in my life. I wonder what has been pivotal for you. And maybe through these podcasts, you might reach out to me to share some of your experiences and want me to share them here too. Maybe. That experience led me in to becoming a counsellor and a psychological therapist, and then I've been doing result coaching, and I help people through adversity, the worst situations in their life, being able to turn things around and make the best out of a situation, living their best life through the worst situation. Because I've had pretty terrible things happen to me in my life. I've, real challenges, as many of us have, and being able to make the most, the best out of these situations. Life happens. Life happens. It's what we do with it that matters. And I deal with these very things. It's called my speciality, disenfranchised grief. So yes, I work with grief and loss. When we might lose, a loved one, but also specialise in disenfranchised grief, where we have a change in an event, uncertainty, a change in circumstance. It might not always be bad, but we were struggling with it. So a bit about me. But I want to hear about you because it's all about you. So if you're interested in this and you want to hear me talk to you, with you, about life and life events and when life has happened and how we deal with it, get in contact here. stepupcmg@xln.co.uk. You will see my email address. You can contact me here. I'll be delighted to hear from you. And I'll be talking about, situations like loneliness, and I'll be talking about different circumstances to do with financial health, to do with budgeting and things like that. I can talk about relationship struggles and how to make and strengthen our relationship and have our, our relationship most connected. We can talk about lots of different topics. It's over to you now, guys. So, Catherine Gallagher here, CMG Talk. So excited to talk to you. Mental health is my passion, and I want to share that with you. So thanks so much for joining me. It's been a delight and a pleasure. Good mental health. Have an amazing weekend as it comes up, and let's talk.